All right, let's just jump right in. Your skills will be worthless in 5 years. It sounds a little intense, doesn't it? And yeah, it's designed to make you stop and think, but behind that headline is a very real, very massive shift that's happening in the professional world. So what we're going to do right now is break down what's actually going on and give you a clear roadmap to stay way ahead of the game.
I want you to really think about this for a second. That software you're an expert in, those processes you could do in your sleep, the very things that make you valuable at work. What if all of that had a best before date stamped on it? Well, for pretty much all of us, it's not a what if anymore. This is the new reality, and we've got to get ready for it.
Seriously, the ground beneath our feet is shifting faster now than maybe any other time in history. We're in a new era where your skills aren't just an asset you have, they're a depreciating asset. Think of your skills like a new car. The moment you drive it off the lot, it starts losing value unless you are constantly upgrading and maintaining it. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The numbers, well, they paint a pretty eye-opening picture.
Okay, so what does this disruption actually look like in numbers? The World Economic Forum put a number on it, and it's a big one. They're projecting that almost 40% of a worker's core skills are going to be disrupted by technology. Just let that sink in. That's nearly 4 out of every 10 things you rely on to do your job today. We're not talking about some minor tweak here. We're talking about a fundamental chunk of your professional value being up for grabs. And this right here, this gets to the very heart of the whole thing. That old playbook our parents might have used, go to school, learn one thing, and then just ride that out for 40 years, that is officially extinct. It belongs in a museum. In the new career model, it's all about constant, relentless evolution. The name of the game is totally changed. It's not what you know, but how fast you can learn.
But here's the crazy part, the real irony in all of this. While a lot of us are feeling anxious about our jobs, companies are practically screaming for people with the right skills. Over 60% of them say this skill gap is the single biggest thing holding them back. So this isn't a story about scarcity, it's a story about a massive, massive opportunity if you know where to look. The jobs are there, but they demand a new kind of professional. So, how do we become that professional?
Okay, so we've laid out the problem. Let's talk solutions. And the first step isn't about panicking or trying to fight technology. It's all about a mindset shift. It's about learning to dance with AI. You got to stop seeing it as this scary robot coming for your job and start seeing it for what it is, the most powerful partner you'll ever have. Yeah, sometimes it's a kind of clumsy, weird partner, but powerful nonetheless.
And if you're wondering, is this shift really worth it? Oh yeah. Let's talk money for a second. PwC found that folks who really get good at working with AI, not against it, can earn a 56% wage premium. Let that sink in for a moment. That's not a cost of living raise. That's a whole new salary bracket. It's a total game changer for your career.
But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There's a catch, a big one that not a lot of people are talking about yet. Some researchers are calling it the AI tax. The idea is, for all the time AI saves us, we're paying a tax of around 40% of that time right back, just fixing its mistakes. We're babysitting the algorithm, double-checking its work, and rewriting its pretty average first drafts. It's not a magic button you just press.
And this is the absolute key. This is where your true value is going to be. It's not about becoming a world-class prompt writer. Your real, irreplaceable skill is your human judgment. It's the critical thinking that lets you look at what the AI spits out and say, no, that's not quite right, and here's why. It's your experience, your gut feeling, your ability to make sense of it all for other humans. That's the magic.
So if our job isn't just to be a fancy machine operator, then what is it? It's about tapping into our human superpowers. As AI gets better and better at the clean, predictable, data-driven stuff, our value just skyrockets in the messy, unpredictable human stuff. The problems that can't be solved with a simple algorithm.
And for years, we've had this terrible name for these abilities, soft skills. It makes them sound optional, kind of fluffy. We need to completely scrap that term. From now on, let's call them what they are, power skills. Because in this new economy, they are the hard currency. They're what gives you leverage. They're your real competitive advantage over the machine.
Okay, so what are we talking about here? What are these power skills? Well, think of them like this. It's the critical thinking to catch that subtle mistake in the AI's report. It's the emotional intelligence to connect with a frustrated customer in a way no chatbot ever could. It's the leadership to guide your team when nobody knows what's next. And the two that fuel everything else? A relentless curiosity and the ability to adapt fast.
And if you think this is all just feel-good talk, check this out.
A survey asked hiring managers what they value more, raw intelligence, IQ, or emotional intelligence, EI. The result? A whopping 71% said EI. Why? Because as AI handles the spreadsheets and the basic emails, the real value is in the person who can navigate a tough conversation, build a relationship, and just read the room. That's a superpower.
All right, so we know why we need to change and what skills to focus on. Now for the most important part, how? How do we actually do this? Because let's be real, just knowing this stuff isn't enough. And waiting for your company to figure out for you, that's a recipe for being left behind. You have to take control of this yourself.
The good news is you can build your own upskilling engine, and it's built on 3 simple steps. Step 1, a skills audit. You've got to be brutally honest with yourself about which of your skills are getting dusty and which are becoming more valuable. Step 2, a learning plan. You have to literally put learning time on your calendar and treat it like a meeting with your most important client, which is you. And finally, step 3, you turn it into a habit. It's not a one-time project, it's a new way of operating.
And here's a super practical way to do that first step, the audit. Just draw 3 columns on a piece of paper. In the first one, list the skills that are becoming more valuable in your industry. In the middle, the ones that are becoming less valuable. And that third column, that becomes your roadmap. That's your crystal clear to-do list for what to learn next. Simple, but incredibly powerful.
So when you put all of this together, what are we trying to become? The goal isn't to compete with machines. The goal is to become an augmented human. That's a professional who doesn't let technology replace them, but uses it to supercharge the things that only humans can do. Think critically, build real relationships, lead with empathy, and tackle those messy, complex problems that AI can't even begin to understand.
So there you have it. The roadmap is actually pretty straightforward. Learn to dance with AI, invest everything you can in your human power skills, and build your own system for lifelong learning. The future of work isn't something to be afraid of, it's something to be built. And you're the architect. So, the only real question left is, are you ready to start building?